Hey everybody, and happy Thursday. If you still have your morning cup of coffee. As always, please enjoy it with me. As you do come on, please drop into the comments and say hi and where you are coming in from, or hashtag live and your first name so I know to say hi back. If you do happen to watch this on the replay, hashtag replay, so I do know to go back and get notified that you were on so I can say hello as well. And also, always make sure that you engage in this video, whether it's liking, loving, supporting, insightfuling, whatever emojicon you want to use on whatever platform you are on. Make sure you engage because, again, if you want to see more of this content, which I do go live every Monday and Thursday, that will notify you when I go live so you can jump on. So we have something very exciting to talk about today. It is a brand new LinkedIn feature that is slowly rolling out to the entire LinkedIn community. Hey, Pedro, good to see you. Hey, Jeff, good to see you popping on bright and early. So again, as you come on, say hi and where you're tuning in from, tag some people, share this video. Now, for those that are very much into online features and they are utilizing LinkedIn as one of their main platforms, hey, Will, good to see you jumping on, my friend. This is going to really open your mind and your eyes to the capabilities that LinkedIn has. Now, it's called LinkedIn Audio Rooms. Now, Social Media Today reported on this back in March, almost a year ago. And I think I actually did a video, I think at some point last year, maybe the middle of the year. And I was going over some new features that LinkedIn was going to be rolling out. And one of those that was in developmental stages was the LinkedIn Audio Rooms. Hey, Jamie, good to see you jumping on. So again, if you're coming on late, please do say hi and where you're tuning in from. Tag some people, share this video, or hashtag live. But also hashtag replay if you're watching on the replay. And again, please do. And that is Tiny and I'm going to be getting into a separate. So there's two new features. There's LinkedIn Audio Events, and then there's Audio Rooms, and there's a little bit of a difference. I'm actually going to be covering LinkedIn Audio Events next week, so people can differentiate between those differences. And 100%, my friend, very, very exciting. So again, please do make sure you engage in the video, like it, love it, insightful it, whatever you would like. And again, please feel free to enjoy your morning coffee with me. We have a lot to cover today. So there's three main reasons why I am excited about this and why all of you should be excited about this too. Now, I will be completely transparent and honest. I was on Clubhouse as one of the early adapters, so to speak. I think it was by invitation only at that point. And I'm just trying to see when I actually got onto Clubhouse. Let's see. Yep. So December 2020 was when I ended up hopping onto Clubhouse. And good to see people jumping on. I hosted my first event this week. Second is next week. Beta, so let's collab. Actually, would love to collaborate, my friend. Send me a message offline, and we'll definitely make that happen. Hey, Tara, good to see you jumping on. And I see someone from Facebook on here as well. So I got onto Clubhouse in December of 2020. Initially, it was kind of cool, right? Because you could start your own rooms and you can jump in on rooms. But what I was telling Nancy, and this was my honest feeling, that it felt like a time suck to me. You were sitting in these rooms and you were waiting to, to speak. And it just became almost like, who could top who, or, everybody wanted the spotlight and pitch and sell and do all these things. And it wasn't really a lot of collaboration. And for me, I didn't resonate with it. I said to Nancy, all these people are spending hours and hours and hours on Clubhouse. Why aren't they spending time building their business? And I gave it up. I still have the app, but I stopped because it really wasn't resonating with me. Now, fast forward 4 months after that, I read an article on social media today that LinkedIn was in the process of developing a Clubhouse-like platform within LinkedIn. Now, that intrigued me. And why it intrigued me is because that's where, A, I'm spending my time. B, it's where my power partners and collaborators are. C, it's where my ideal clients and people who I do business with are. So why, and just hear me out on this, why would I go spend time on a platform like Clubhouse, for example, where my ideal clients aren't on there, where my power partner's on there? Why wouldn't I want to just stay on the platform that I know, I love, and I use every single day, and use an application on there to continue conversation and building relationships? If that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat box. And Pedro just posted something really, really powerful. And I want you all to read this. Pedro said, for me, Clubhouse has too many egos and no collaboration. I could not agree more with this statement. 100% agree. It's all ego. It's who's better than who. And there's really no collaboration at all. Not at all. So Pedro, cheers to you, my friend. Absolutely agree with that. And that's also what I love about LinkedIn is it's such a collaborative network. It's amazing people. This is why I do these 2 live trainings Monday and Thursday, because I love collaborating with my audience. I love engaging with all of you. Now, with the advent of LinkedIn audio rooms, it's going to be another way to interact with your network, just like live video like this, where you guys can comment and we can talk. This is how the know, like, and trust is formed, right? Now, they're slowly rolling out the ability. Now, LinkedIn live events, we're going to talk about that next week, but I'm going to kind of go through the overarching way of how to make that happen. But everyone at some point is going to have the ability to do LinkedIn audio rooms if you want, or at least attend an audio room of something relevant to you within your LinkedIn community where you can engage, you can contribute, which could lead to collaboration. Now, there's 3 main things that you need to know about why it's important to take advantage of LinkedIn audio rooms when they become available. Now, the first thing, piggybacking off of what Pedro said earlier, LinkedIn live events have increased 150% in the last 12 months. Now, LinkedIn live events, which is a separate, I would say, product or feature of LinkedIn, which we're going to cover next week. What I mean by live events, I mean this right now. A live stream. Streaming live to LinkedIn. LinkedIn live events, such as this training that you are on right now, have increased by 150%. And there's a lot of contributing factors to that. There's this continuing pandemic where a lot of live events are unfortunately still, pushed back or canceled. There's a lot of people that don't feel comfortable traveling still or going to a live event with a ton of people. So when you read a statistic like this right here, that is telling you that over the last 12 months, LinkedIn live events, and really the only live event that most people can do are LinkedIn lives like this. Then there's LinkedIn live events. Then there's going to be LinkedIn audio rooms. But at the top of that is LinkedIn lives. They have increased 150%. Now, what does that tell you? Well, it tells you a few different things. Number one, more people are taking advantage of showing up on camera in a live fashion to engage with their audience. And why are they doing that? Well, everybody wants to be educated and informed. They want to be part of a community. They want to feel connected to people. Through and through, the best way to create that organic connection between two people that do not know each other is through live video. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Will Sullivan and I have never met. He's in Brazil right now. I'm in New Jersey. But Will comes to most of my LinkedIn live trainings. He even came to our 5-day personal branding blueprint last week. Will started watching my content months and months and months ago. And I don't want to speak for Will, and he can comment in addition. But the relationship that Will and I have built has been on, the content that I provide, the education that I provide, the information that I provide that Will comes back and digests because it's related to what he wants to accomplish on LinkedIn, in business, in life. So when I'm doing a training, Will's going to pop on there because he's going to a source that he knows, he likes, and he trusts. Now, could I have formed that connection with Will by posting on LinkedIn or just writing articles or doing a poll? Potentially. It would have taken a lot longer. The shortest way to create a connection between two people is having them get to know you, like you, and trust you. And one of the best ways to do that is in video and audio form. That's why people listen to a lot of podcasts, because they want to get to know the person. They want to hear their voice, hear their inflection. And that's why video is so important. And that's why Nancy and I always encourage people to show up on camera, whether it's pre-recorded or native and posting to the platform or showing up live. It is so beyond powerful. And now the fact that this statistic shows you that LinkedIn live events such as this, and continuing with LinkedIn live streaming events and LinkedIn audio rooms, this number is just going to keep increasing. So if you really want to build a more substantial network organically, you want to create more connection, you want to create more income opportunities, you want to build better relationships with people online, start using live events. Start with LinkedIn Live. If you haven't applied, it's very easy. Anyone can apply right now. All you have to do is Google LinkedIn Live application. You click on it. It's going to give you a LinkedIn URL. You click on it. They're going to ask for your name, email, and that's it. And then a couple days later, you're going to find out that you've been accepted, and now you can start impacting your network in that kind of way. And Will wrote, it's all about relationships and trust, 100%. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. If you've come on late, please do say hi and where you're tuning in from. My good friend Azmina is on here. Good to see you. Leslie, good to see you as well. And it is very, very exciting. LinkedIn is a vital part of my business, and I'm grateful for the new ways to increase engagement, 100%. So if you've come on late, please do say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live. If you are coming in on the replay, hashtag replay. So again, I know to go back and say hello, but please like, love, insightful, whatever you would like to do with this. And Will said, I have one addition, perhaps on similar hairstyle drew me to these. So again, we're bald brothers as well. So again, sometimes hairstyles draw other people in. So got to represent the bald brother community. So that is also correct. Good morning, Joe. Good to see you jumping on. Jeff says yes. Will says yes. Pedro says yes. So that's number one. The fact that LinkedIn Live events have increased in 150% in the last year. That's just off of one type of way of doing that. There's going to be three. There's LinkedIn Live events, and LinkedIn audio rooms. So this number is only going to go up. Now, number two, when you get the ability to utilize LinkedIn audio rooms, you can either host your own room, or you can join a room just like this. So if this was a LinkedIn audio room, and Will wanted to contribute, I can add him just like on Clubhouse as a panelist. He can come on here and we could start having a conversation, and you can bring different people up. So it's almost like having an amazing live panel discussion where you don't have to go to another platform to go and do it. You can do it all right here. That is what's so amazing. So you can join the host either as a guest speaker, or you can just comment below. And it's going to be live streamed on both the desktop and the mobile app, which again is also very important because there are some people that prefer to be on one rather than the other. Some people prefer to be on the mobile app. Other people prefer to be on the desktop. I love the desktop. I use the mobile app as well. That's where I do a lot of my engaging. But the content creation piece, I use the desktop for that. So this is the great thing. Just like you are all joining this live stream right now, you're going to be able to join a link, a live room. So I'm going to create a room called, Live LinkedIn Tips and Updates. So not only am I going to have live trainings like this, not only am I going to have my blog continue, which is called LinkedIn Tips and Updates, now I'm going to have a weekly live room that people can jump into, almost like live coaching. How amazing is that? Just imagine creating a LinkedIn audio room where you can give out free coaching, free tips, free advice, where people can come on and have questions. How amazing would that be if that is becoming crystal clear of the power that this feature is going to have? Drop a Y or a yes in the chat box. There's my good friend Laura. Good to see you jumping on. And again, as Laura has done, give this video a like, a love, an insightful, a support, a care, whatever you would like, to make sure that you are notified when I do go live every Monday and Thursday between 10 and 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. So this is the future of how we're going to be, doing a lot of events. It's how we're going to connect with people. Pedro says yes. Tara says yes. Jeff says yes. Good. Just making sure everybody is with me so far. So you're going to be able to join. And this is the thing. You know the person. On Clubhouse, you have to fight to try to get some time to talk to someone you don't even know. You're jumping into a room of strangers. Imagine jumping into a room with people that you know, you like, and you trust. You know the host. You know the person that is hosting that room. And I would love, do you know how awesome it would be if this was actually a LinkedIn audio room where, Pedro can jump on and drop some nuggets or ask questions, then Laura, then Jeff, then Tara. And it is going to be epic, and I cannot wait to take advantage of it when it starts to be available to mostly everybody. So that's the second thing. The third and final thing. Unlike on Clubhouse, where there's really no rhyme or reason, and the other thing is, I don't like how it's just on the mobile app. There's a lot of people that like to be on the desktop. They don't want to have to be on their phone and look at a small screen. There is something advantageous about having the ability to be on live on a desktop or a mobile app, having that choice by the user, which I think is very, very powerful. And the other thing is you really can't sift and sort on Clubhouse. It's just the most popular room. LinkedIn has stated that they are going to make sure that they push the most relevant and thought-provoking conversations to each user on the platform. So it's not going to be just some random list of people that have audio rooms that has no relevance or connection to you or what you do. LinkedIn is going to make sure that if they are going to make a LinkedIn room, an audio room available to you, they're going to make sure that it fits within something that you'd be interested in. They're not going to quote unquote advertise an audio room that's not going to benefit you. Remember, LinkedIn's main purpose of why they're expanding this platform is because they want people to network openly. They want people to collaborate. They want people to pass business back and forth. They want people to get educated and informed on certain things that people within their network teach and know and speak on. So don't worry about, oh my God, if all these people start, starting LinkedIn audio rooms, am I going to be bombarded with all these things that make no sense? I'm telling you right now, I promise you, LinkedIn is going to make sure that they are very particular about who they choose and allow to have LinkedIn audio rooms based on the content that they've been providing before. So they're going to make sure that the LinkedIn audio rooms that are going to be available for people to plug into and listen to are ones that are going to be of value, that are going to be educational, thought-provoking, informative, so people can actually walk away saying, hey, I really learned something today. This is not going to be a time suck. This is going to be something that is going to be value added to your life and your business, where you're going to be able to take away tangible things, apply them, and grow. That's Clubhouse is just a distraction to me. It's all it is. It's one big, huge distraction where people are on there for hours and hours and hours. And again, it's pulling people away from their platform, right? So if people want to spend time on LinkedIn, that's where they want to do their networking. That's where they want to do their connecting. It just makes sense for LinkedIn to open up the floodgates and create something that's going to keep more people on the platform longer, where they want to be connected to, they want to be engaged with, and they want to feel a connection with that other person. So if this has made sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. And also, please, in the comments below, what are you most excited about in regards to LinkedIn audio rooms when it does become available to the masses? What has you most excited and jazzed? And again, if you've come on late, you can still say hi or hashtag live. If you're coming in on the replay, hashtag replay so I do know to go back and say hello. And again, make sure that you take advantage of this when it becomes available. And again, I will let you know when it becomes available because, again, I'm on top of this. I'm going to go over LinkedIn live events next week because that's a separate thing. Pedro mentioned that earlier in today's broadcast. And again, hey, Aaron, good to see you on there. So again, this is one of those things that you really have to make sure, be ready. When this thing is available, you're going to want to take advantage of it. So remember, LinkedIn live events. So not just the audio rooms that are becoming available, not the live events that people are starting to use, talking about LinkedIn live like this. They've increased by 150% in the last 12 months. So start taking advantage of them. When you conduct or you see a LinkedIn audio room, you can join the host as a guest speaker or just type in the comments as you're doing right now to really feel connected to that person, either on the mobile app or the desktop, which is amazing. And again, I'm going to do just live coaching. It's going to be just live panel stuff all the time where you're educated and informed, and I cannot wait. But also, LinkedIn will make sure they push the most relevant and thought-provoking conversations to each user to make sure that you're getting the most value from it. And Selena said, will the audio rooms have video feature like you're using now? I believe it is just going to be an audio room. You're going to be able to see a picture of who's speaking, much like Clubhouse, but it's not going to be a video audio. It's just going to be an audio room, but they are coming out with LinkedIn live events, which I'm going to cover next week. So that's going to be a big, big change. And yes, seek to do what you said here, host conversations live. Yes, I'm most excited about collaborating with others in my field. Absolutely. Love the idea of inviting guests on stage. And Tynan said, so many Clubhouse moments of brilliance where you felt so connected to the people ended in disappointment. That ends with LinkedIn audio. I could not agree more. So everyone, I hope you found this helpful. I hope you're as excited as I am. I will keep you updated, as I always do, on new developments on LinkedIn audio rooms and any new feature that's going to be rolling out on this incredible platform that we love so much. So everyone, please enjoy the rest of your day. Love and gratitude, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.